Hey there everybody, it has been a really hot minute since the last time I've uploaded a YouTube video. And I know a certain someone who's very mad at me for that. But do not fret, for I am now back and I'm here to stay. Anywho, today I'll tell you about a little story from Greek mythology. Unlike your typical Greek myth stories, which are full of gruesome tales of cannibalism and bloodshed and getting births from one's thigh, this one's actually a very simple story, and it just so happens to be one of my favorites. So, in Greek mythology, Helios, this guy right here, is the sun god, and his job was to ride his chariot from east to west while carrying the sun with him, so that, he could bring light to the world and whatever. Below him there was a nymph who fell head over heels for Helios. She would sit in a field every day watching him as he moved the sun from east to west. She longed for him to notice her and return her feelings, but that never happened. And Helios, being a bit of a snob, enjoyed the attention. But as time passed, the nymph grew wary, and, determined not to give up, she transformed into a sunflower. And that, my friends, is why sunflowers always turn towards the sun, because there's a little nymph inside still hoping for Helios. Anyway, the ancient Greeks had this thing where they wanted an explanation for everything. From the sun to the moon to the flowers and the rain, blah blah blah. And since science wasn't really big back then, they relied on made-up stories, which got passed down from generation to generation. And this story right here about Helios and the nymph Clytie was one of those made-up stories. Sure, it's a bit sad, but it's also beautiful in a way, and I admire the minds of the ancient Greeks to have come up with such a pretty tale for sunflowers. Anyway, now here's a pic of a sunflower I found in my school or whatever.